dominance in this being a longer event, and now wearing that weight vest that weighs 14 pounds. That's going to be a huge change and a game changer for this event.
Third heat is underway. Time to beat belongs to Bethany Shadburn. 10 minutes, 29.20 seconds. And every woman electing to walk backwards and drag Rescue Randy, and the majority of them hanging on to the weight vest. They can move Rescue Randy any way they want to. The only way they cannot is by grabbing him by the wrists or by the ankles.
This is the first time they're getting a chance to even touch the Randy dummy, so they don't want to waste the time and get off to a bad start. So a lot of the ladies doing this, I think, is smart. They can kind of feel what that feels like, and then they can adjust if they need to when they come back to it at the end of the event.
Whitney Gallin in lane 4 was one of the first women to get to her first rope climb. In lane 2 on the left of your screen is Jamie Green, and in lane 1 is Tanil Burnline. Lane 3, that is Brooke Wells. All of these women on the outside of the top 10 looking to score some points to get themselves into position to push for a spot on the podium. Sandra Pacelli looking to have no problem so far. Looking smooth as she is up her first rope climb and now on to the second rope climb, and each rope is different here.
And this second rope is a lot thicker, so what that means is there's going to be a lot more taxing on their forearms and their grip. And after that marathon row, that is one of the things that was definitely taxed, their grip, their forearms. And so to see this event come up, I was like, oh, that's just nice for these athletes. After this completely fatigued, get a day of rest, what can you do? We're going to put your grip to the test.
Tanil Burnline is first onto the run. She is followed by Jamie Green, and Whitney Gallin is third, and here comes Brooke Wells, and they now run 650 meters to the obstacle course. What do you think the keys are here for these ladies?
Well, two different pieces to this event. Anytime there's a climb or an obstacle, you have to commit to it, be aggressive, and make sure you go for those, be ready. And then on the run, just manage the run. You don't want to race here and get your heart rate so high that when you get to those obstacles, you're going to fail. Because missed obstacles are going to cost you 15, 20 seconds, and that could cost you the event. So just take these cautiously, both on the way to the obstacle course and then on the way from the obstacle course.
Tanil Burnline in her third career appearance at the CrossFit Games has one event win in her career, and that was the obstacle course last year. And in 2017, she was 6th overall at the CrossFit Games and has a pretty diverse athletic background, and that usually serves you well in events like this.
There's a lot of different skills needed in this event, and that's where the agility and the accuracy, sometimes we see these awesome CrossFit athletes, they're so strong, they can handle some of the events, but then they get to something like a ball toss or something that requires a lot of that athleticism, and if they don't have those skill sets from the time they were younger, you just don't see them do as well.
Burnline played basketball, she ran cross country, ran track in high school, even played some rugby in college when she was at Utah Valley University. And now Jamie Green is behind her, and Jamie Green is starting to pick up some ground on Tanil Burnline. Burnline in 19th place overall coming into this event. Jamie Green in 17th place. Brooke Wells behind them, and Wells in 15th place overall.
The points really do matter, because when you can get to that fourth heat, when you can be in the heat with the most competition, it raises your game. So for a lot of these ladies, we're going to reseed now after every event. So it's really important what they do to be with the top. So these points matter, and they could get these ladies to the final heat.
We saw it with the men. The intensity in that final heat really does tend to pick up because podium spots are on the line. Jamie Green is now even with Tanil Burnline as they're over the hurdles and onto the rope wall. Second of 8 obstacles here on the obstacle course. Brooke Wells just getting to the rope wall as well. Green is over first, just ahead of Burnline. Green will hit the ground and now has the lead as they move to the low net. Bethany Shadburn has the time to beat. 10 minutes, 29.20 seconds. Did that in the second of 4 heats. This is the third heat of event number 5, the Battleground, presented by the United States Marine Corps. No problem for Green under the low net. Burnline's through, and here comes Brooke Wells on the right of your screen, and now to the cargo net. And this has been the most dangerous obstacle that we've seen so far.
I love the way Green is pulling on that the inside rope there. It's really important to be able to hold on to that one vertical rope. That's going to be the most stable. She was very quick, and I loved her transition as well.
Green up and over, and now she starts her descent. We saw both Matt Fraser and Patrick Belder take pretty nasty falls off of that thing Jamie Green comes down legless.
She did. She actually kept her legs bent so her feet didn't get caught. That was really smart.
Now onto the hop logs. And Green deciding to stick with the slow and smooth approach to those. Now on to the rope transfer. This is another obstacle that's given some women problems.
This is the one that I was really anxious to see, because remember, that weight vest weighs 14 pounds. So to be able to let go of the rope, it's just so much strength needed in that one arm, in that one grip to let go. And good work through the course of those ropes. That gets to be a lot, and at the end, just like that, that's when you're like, can I do this last one and let go?
Jamie Green is through and moves on to the rope swing. Green is through, and in the background, Brooke Wells is on the rope transfer, and Snow Berline was just on the left of your screen. She is moving up to the monkey bars, or to the rope swing, pardon me. That is the 7th obstacle, the rope swing. The 8th and final obstacle is the monkey bars, and Jamie Green just cleared those.
Really aggressive on those monkey bars. She looked real smooth, and I love her speed in between the obstacles here, and she went off to a good run. Snow Berline is still moving through. I think this is where we're seeing the difference from last year to this year with her, is just the duration of this event. It really has slowed her down a little bit, as opposed to last year when it was a sprint obstacle.
Jamie Green first back on the run, 650 meters back to the North Park. Jamie Green and Snow Berline are in lanes right next to each other. They're on the far end of the field in lanes 1 and 2. That's rookie Amanda Barnhart getting over the cargo net.
Looking slow on that start there. I'm not sure why she was. I love the quick transitions. Every little bit matters, or wasn't a whole lot there to wait for.
Remember, they do not have to touch every log. They just need to hit the first and the last one and then make it over. So some of the women choosing just to take a slower route through those, but it is the safest route. Amanda Barnhart still on the obstacle course, as Jamie Green is our leader in this heat, trying to chase down the time to beat the upper left-hand part of your screen that belongs to Bethany Shadburn, who did that in the second heat. And
she has about a 30-second lead over Shadburn's time from when she came off that last obstacle. So nice sizable lead. She just needs to stay ahead of Tennille, because Tennille was quicker through the first portion of this event, which they're approaching again now here for the back half.
Jamie Green made her individual debut at the CrossFit Games last year. She finished in 8th place. She has one career event win. That was on day 1 last year when she won Amanda 45.
She had shoulder surgery back in November, so that wasn't that long ago for her to be put under the set of tests that she has here. So I was really anxious to see how she was going to do, and she held up really well on day 1. So looking really strong here as well.
And she gets to pick the brain of another competitor. Her boyfriend, Elliot Simmons, is in the men's field. He did this event earlier. I'm sure the two of them talked a little bit about how to best attack this event. Jamie Green first back into the North Park, and she will have to work her way down to the end of the field before she will start her final 2 rope climbs. She will start with a thick rope, then on the thinner rope, and then it's that final 132-foot rescue Randy drag down the field.
At this point in the race now, she's 18 seconds ahead of Shadburn's time.
Jamie Green getting right to work, and the first rope climb is down.
The way
Snow Berline has just gotten into the stadium.
The way she comes down is so smart. Uses all legs, just kind of rides the brakes, if you want to think of it that way. Let's go with her grip.
So Berline is on her first rope climb. She is at the bottom middle part of your screen. Brooke Wells is also on her first rope climb. So only 3 women back into the stadium. It's a 12-minute time cap on this event. So now more than a minute to go for Jamie Green to chase down Bethany Shadburn's time to beat.
At this point, you just need to keep Randy moving. You have to keep moving. It doesn't matter if you're grabbing one side, one part of the body, but you gotta move. Quick feet.
Jamie Green is just trying to inch her way to the finish line. Camila Blanc-Bazinet is on the upper right part of your screen, and she is struggling on the obstacle course. She's the 2014 fittest woman on earth, and just can't find a way to get through that rope swing.
And so surprising with her gymnastic background. It really surprising she would be struggling on that event. But Jamie Green now is moving her feet, but she has the pressure with Tennille Reed, and Tennille just keeps on moving, and that's what you have to do here.
Jamie Green is in the lead. Tennille Burline is starting to gain a little bit of ground. She is moving a little more quickly, but now she is breaking. And here comes Jamie Green closer to the finish line, looking like she can set the time to beat. 9 seconds to go. And Jamie Green has the top mark in event 5.
Wow, but just a few seconds.
Brooke Wells is starting to gain ground on Tennille Burline. Bethany Shadburn is now in second. The next fastest time is Camilla Salvinson-Hellman at 11:23.87 seconds. So Burline can put herself in third place in this event with 1 heat to go. Burline is in. 1 minute until we hit the 12-minute time cap. And Brooke Wells just about out of gas. She's going to take a break. Cassidy Lance McWhorter and Margot Alvarez are also on their dummy drag, as is Carrie Pierce. But Wells is in the lead, not in danger of surrendering that right now. And Brooke Wells is in. Third in the heat right now, fourth in the event. Margot Alvarez is on the left. Cassidy Lance McWhorter, who won the Worldwide Open and her regional, along with Carrie Pierce, are also on the field. Alvarez is in. That'll put her in 7th place in the event. 1 heat to go, though. Cassidy Lance McWhorter, she has finished, and now Carrie Pierce in the middle of your screen. Just trying to get in inside that time cap. She's got 4 seconds. So Pierce will finish, but she will not get across the finish line. Jamie Green has the new mark to beat. 10 minutes, 25.72 seconds.
Tennille Burline was the first one on the run, but it was Green who caught her there on the obstacle course. She was so quick through the transitions to the obstacle course. Smart here.